Dum da dum da dum da dum da da da. Dum da dum da dum da dum da 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 da.
All right, I got a little bit more done to the Death Dealer. This is update number 3. I got the base exactly where I want it. I'm thinking about going back in and putting a little bit of semi-gloss around some of the areas because this is supposed to represent mud. I got my on-off switch in. I don't have anything wired up at the moment. But this has all been sealed. I went back in with brown, which it says that it is charcoal gray. It is not charcoal gray by any means. It's brown. I went back in with that, and then I went back in with Zenicolor raw umber, and sorry, bumping the camera. Went in and I dry brushed the raw umber on the skulls and the bones and everything, and then on the base. I see some people like this trench here put blood in this trench and blood on his axe. I'm not going to put blood on his axe either, although it shows it in the in the picture. But if you've got skeletons, where's the blood coming from? There's no blood. No, I could understand if it was a fresh kill here, then you'd have blood running, but yeah, it just don't make sense to me. So I'm going to put semi-gloss in here, or maybe future, to make it look like water running down through it, and do little mud effects on it. But like I say, this is the brown, and then the raw umber, and then I gloss coated it, and then I've done a black wash over everything, which there's my black wash that I use. I always keep black wash made up. It's acrylic paint and water, and put the wash on it and got it looking how I wanted it, and then I matte coated it, and so there's the base. The Death Dealer got a lot of, and my camera, it's probably going to wash it out, the lights and stuff. Went in with a lot of different metal colors. Done aluminum on here. This is a mixture of steel and jet exhaust, and a little bit of copper dry brush. And then same with his shoulder armor. Then I went in with and there's a little bit of copper on his ankle armor, and that is gunmetal and steel on his boots as well. And then I went in with rust effects, and of course I don't have it near me. Let's see, what did I do with it? Yeah, I think I've already put it up. But anyway, it's the AK Rust Effects, and I just went and put a little bit of the Rust Effects over his chainmail and stuff, and on his armor here. And I'm working on his flesh color for his arm. I'm just using the regular flat flesh from Ceramcoat, down to Ceramcoat. Here's his head. I got the helmet finished. You've seen it light up before. I've got to put his cloak on, which this is a lot of dry brushing of several different shades of brown and stuff. I still black underneath. I've got to go in and do a little bit of steel, and I probably do steel and jet exhaust on this as well. Make his armband more like a metal. Thinking about going back in with clear coating this. I'm going to do a black wash on it, and that ought to bring out the rest of the detail like I want. And this doesn't go on as easy as I would like to. Well, and I say that and it slips right on. But anyway, there's what he's looking like. His flesh color will be a little bit darker. I'm going to use I got Vallejo flesh tones that I'm going to use, and I've got to go back in and do the armor or trinkets on his tunic there. Shield, I'm working on getting the silver laid down. I'm going to go back in and gloss coat this and then do washes on it. I'll probably do the outside of it in a not a gold, but maybe a bronze or something to give it a little bit more detail. And how I'm doing this, for those of you that have this kit or something similar to it, well, this logo that's on here, whatever the bird that's on here, I guess it would be, it's raised just a little bit. So what I did was use the Vallejo Model Air aluminum, made a washout of it, and I went in and I put the wash and everything here, and then after it was all dry, I just took a very fine sanding stick and I just went over it, and it brought the black back out, which it just had black, silver, the aluminum along some of the edges, because like I say, it was a wash. So I made it thin enough to float into the areas, and I put several applications in it. So once I get the get it trimmed out and put the wash and stuff on it, the symbol here will be nice and black, and it'll look more weather beaten. So that's how I did that. And just different things, like here's his stirrups. I'm going to go in and do a black wash on that as well. On the horse, I laid down raw umber. I kind of dry brushed raw umber all over it, very lightly. I didn't go heavy with it. And once again, I used the Zenicolor, and I'll show you. I totally forgot I had this. My buddy Chris Cortell, he got this set. Someone bought this set for him. I think it's either a birthday present or something. But when I seen it, he liked those colors, and he said they worked great. They're acrylic paints, and they work great for figures. Well, I bought the set, and it wasn't that much as far as expense or whatever. So I got these, and I used the raw umber out of it, and I'm telling you, these paints go down just fantastically. They're called Zenicolor. Yeah, there you go, Zenicolor 24 acrylics. But I used that, like I said, dry brushing method. Put some out on my little palette and just a tiny bit of water to give it a little bit, thin it down just a little bit, and then I went through and dry brushed it, and it's looking more brown on camera than it really is. A lot of the black is shining through. I've got to go in and do a little dry brushing. I'm going to lighten up just a tad of the raw umber and do a little dry brushing around the bottom of his legs here, and then I've got to detail out the hooves. I still got a lot of work to do on the harness, the bridle and his rest of him and everything. I masked all this off because I was dry brushing the gold on there, and this is pretty much done. I'm going to go back in with a wash and wash it. I don't like the color brown that I painted the parts of the saddle, so I'm going to go back in with really dark brown and paint those, and then that'll get a black wash as well. So I've still got to do the little ring around his tail here. That's probably going to be steel with black dry brushing on it. So think I've covered everything. But yeah, it's moving along pretty good. I'm trying to get back in the swing of things. I got a buddy build coming up, and once I get this done and off the table, then I'm going to start the buddy build. And I'm also looking at possibly getting into the D-Day group build. I have a weakness for the World War II, type group builds, and Charlie Mac is hosting the D-Day group build. I'm not sure if Charlie Mac is doing it with Al Wood or if it's just Charlie Mac, but I'm thinking about getting into that, and I'll do updates on on the buddy build, and then I'll do update on the D-Day if I decide to go that way. I'm limited on space here, so if I have more than one build here, then I've got to be able to move things off and work on the second deal and just kind of alternate back and forth. But anyway, I'm starting to ramble. So that's it for this update, and so just thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you later. So.